Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Poor Things. So I actually had an opportunity to go and see this early back in November and didn't, so I could do it here. So you better make sure this video gets views. And it's one I'm really excited for. Obviously, it's Yorgos Lanthimos again. I've seen it looks kind of weird and almost fantasy-like, kind of really cool, unique sets and costume design. That stuff looks all really cool. And then, of course, with Yorgos, I am expecting strange, off-putting dialogue. It's going to be weird and wacky. But I think I know what I'm getting myself in for here. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon page. Over there you can find 1 week early access. You can find polls so you can vote for what's next. And you can find a full-length timer-based version of this where you sync up your own footage and you can watch along with me. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Oh? Is that Emma Stone's character? Obviously, I know it's Emma Stone in this. Oh, that was actually jump. Okay. I'm guessing that's the end of the film. That was a flash forward. Movement, very robotic. Oh yeah, I have seen Willem Dafoe's, the kind of jigsaw puzzle face that he has as well. Fish eye. Oh, she was using her feet for some of it as well. Oh, he's hooked up to a bunch of stuff, a bunch of drips. The music as well has got that weird tone out of tune. Yeah, she's just like, I don't know. Obviously, no manners or anything at the table. Is that supposed to be like his digestive system? He has it externally. Okay. She can't even talk properly.
Without the spark of self from a brain or the pump of blood from a heart. Just a butcher's tray for a Sunday lunch.
Does she not have a brain at all then?
You really think that's where the liver goes, sir?
He's a bit of a Frankenstein. He'd stitched together like a goose and a dog or something there earlier.
Are you a religious man?
I believe in God.
Me or the deity?
Humorous, I see, as you often know.
Very open with his god complex then. Even makes her refer to him as God.
Hello, Bella.
Yeah, she doesn't know what handshake is.
A brain injury. I repaired it. Her mental age and her body are not quite synchronized.
She does actually have a brain, it's just, she's basically being reset.
Whee!
Yes, it is exciting, Bella. Mrs. Prim.
Oh, she's doing a wee. Yeah, so what she was doing earlier where she was acting was kind of like baby-like, which is smashing the plates just because it's fun and going ba ba. Only words she could say to say goodbye. Exploring new tastes and things as well. She might need some supervision.
Just dead ones for Bella.
Just dead.
Just dead.
Hey, she can speak a bit more there. Bella cut 2. That's like a whole sentence. Obviously, this sort of exposure to dead bodies isn't a good thing developmentally, but the world this presents is kind of might be normal for her. Ah. Chicken dog chog. And she's like cycling around on a tricycle, just like a kid. What, Guck and Chog? Yeah.
She gathers 15 words a day. Her coordination is unstable at best.
I noticed as well, it's kind of a swirly bokeh around the back of some of the shots.
Where did she come from?
I believe your job is collecting data. When I add inane questions to it, I'll let you know.
His accent kind of switched up there, sounding very Scottish suddenly.
That night for dinner, they ate cake until they were sick.
Also, speaking of like the cinematography, the aspect ratio, not quite 16:9, doesn't quite reach that. It's a bit skinnier than that.
They were brave explorers. And they were killed in a landslide in South America.
So now he's looking after her. Did she get her injuries as part of that as well?
Why do you pen book every nut?
I must note down your nutritional intake.
How many?
Yeah, I do. The language is kind of fun. Why you pen book? You can still figure out what she means.
Bella, I don't think we're allowed up here.
Oh, he's got a little observatory. Oh no.
Bella.
Kind of steampunky.
Bella, this is dangerous.
Dreaming of the world, dreaming of exploring more. Is that Tower Bridge? Are we in London?
God. Outside must go.
What are they doing?
Has she ever been outside?
No.
I have created a perfectly entertaining and safe world for Bella.
Kind of keeping her coddled inside though.
No!
Bella.
And of course, yeah, she throws the tantrum like a toddler. Oh! Oh, that's so silly. That's funny though. That's good. I like that.
Kill it.
What?
Oh! Yeah, she has a weird relationship with life and death at this point, doesn't she? Being surrounded by all of those corpses all the time.
My father pinned my thumbs into a small iron case to see whether he could retard the growth cycle of bones.
So he's been like an experiment in the past as well.
Time to go. A storm approaches.
Doesn't want her interacting with unapproved people, it seems, maybe.
She's an experiment, and I must control the conditions or our results will not be pure.
Yeah, you gotta have some element of control. But he just sees her existence as an experiment more than anything else.
Stop!
And where she's gonna want that freedom, her independence from that.
No!
A bit harder to control than a toddler as well. She's much stronger than one would be. Yeah, just have a handy bit of chloroform on you at all times, sure. Like, he came prepared with that though, you know?
Mother of God.
It does make the phrases funny when he's saying good God, mother of God, because Willem Dafoe's character refers to himself as God as well. I don't know if we've actually got a name for him. Is his name actually God?
For it is a happy tale.
Yeah, what causes her to jump as well? What leads up to that? Gone from so happy and innocent as a baby, you know?
It is rare to get a body, albeit dead but so close to life. The body had hardly cooled.
Oh, that's someone else.
I knew nothing of the life she had abandoned, except she hated it so much that she had chosen not to be.
They put someone into that body.
From her carefully chosen blank eternity.
Oh, who's pregnant?
For in
It's-
this Christian nation,
Her own baby into her body. She's simultaneously mother and daughter.
take the infant's brain out and put it in the full-grown woman. Reanimate her and watch.
Jesus.
Would the baby have survived otherwise? Is it a way to save both of them It's not saving both of them because the mum was already dead, but a way to save the baby in a way. So it's not just, yeah, very Frankenstein's monster with the electricity. It's not just that she had a brain injury, it's just fully the brain of a child. But that means, yeah, it's been lying for a long time about the Peru stuff and everything. Will she ever find out? What will the repercussions of that be? Yeah, it is a odd situation because obviously, yes, I don't know how old the mental age she is at the moment is, but the body is the body of a full-grown adult, so it's still producing hormones and stuff, which is something a mind like that isn't developed for, or isn't ready for.
Mrs. Prim.
Bella discover happiness.
She's sharing her discovery.
Close eyes.
No. Okay, someone else is interrupting.
She grabbed my hairy business.
What liquid? No. Cucumber in me.
Oh my god. I mean, obviously she knows nothing of manners and politeness. Yeah, polite society.
My father took out my oxyntic and pyloric glands, so I must make my own gastric juices.
Why in God's name would he do that?
Yeah, his whole existence was an experiment, so he treats Bella like an experiment as well, doesn't he? Even though they're not actually father-daughter, that's how he treats his children too.
You know, I'm actually something of a romantic, Max.
You can't get Willem Dafoe to say, I'm actually something of a scientist myself. They must have been aware of that writing that line, surely.
I do have feelings for her.
So you would.
Take Bella out.
Yeah, so of course it's him taking advantage of her a bit as well.
Do you wish to marry her or not?
I wish to marry you.
Wow, does she even understand the concept of marriage?
Let us touch each other's genital pieces.
No. I do not wish to take advantage of you. You are special. When we
But you still are by marrying her, yeah.
Miss Bella Baxter has put her contract, no doubt.
Good afternoon, visiting man.
It's the first time she's met someone new in quite a while.
You have to pinch you to see if you're real.
You're not Who is you?
Mr. Duncan Wedderburn.
He obviously isn't aware of his situation, but some of the speech must give something away. The second someone talks to you the way she was. She's probably not even aware of the concept of cheating and everything.
You did not see me working on myself to get happiness, did you? It is not polite, I know.
Okay, but she's learnt the politeness of it. She wasn't embarrassed.
God not believe in soul.
I think God's
Ooh.
the author of the soul idea.
He doesn't believe in the soul.
You're a prisoner, and I aim to free you.
Yeah, she does see herself as a prisoner as well. Okay, she's gonna want to go with him over Max, yeah.
Lisbon of Portugal.
That is Lisbon I speak of.
God never allow it.
Her first act of defiance, yeah.
Big news. Bella's dizzy with excite. Tonight,
Bella is dizzy with excite.
Godwin has told me your plan. I do not blame you, Bella. That man is a cad and a rake. He has insidious ways of getting under
A cad and a rake, what does that even mean?
And his hands went between Bella's legs and whisper words of heat in my body.
Yeah, she doesn't even fully understand
I love you.
her feelings.
Be happy as two doves on a branch. You think I need travel hat?
No.
But yeah, she has no concept of loyalty and marriage anyway, does she? Yeah, that's something she's picked up from Dad then. Just casually chloroforming people. Oh, he's pretended to be chloroformed too. Okay, that's good.
Breakfast. It is strangely delicious.
Why did you not stop her?
She is a being of...
No, he's just drunk. Okay.
She's now out there, alone.
She will be fine.
I'm a fool. I should have stopped her.
It's funny, Max's defensiveness when, he's worried that Duncan was his name. Mark Ruffalo's character was having ill intent when he does too, She is mentally a child. And suddenly we're in colour.
Rollicking.
Has she been drunk as well? That's another thing.
So nuns and monks would starch their clothes with the egg.
Oh wow, look at the sky.
Make these tarts. Know how to eat them.
I mean, I know he isn't as aware of the situation, of her situation, than the others. But obviously there still is an element of him taking advantage, because you can just tell through her life experience and her age and everything. Okay, actually going off on her own, being able to explore now.
Taxi, madam.
Yeah, it must all just be huge practical built sets here. I mean, I've never been to Lisbon, but I'm pretty sure it's not 100% like this. I just saw that older woman there. I was just thinking, probably would be nice for her to interact with some women, especially older ones that are more experienced in life. Someone she can learn from. Entranced by music, it might be her discovering her passion or something. She really enjoys music. I mean, we did see her playing on the piano a little bit before, didn't we? Oh, yeah, because she had too many tarts. It's very obviously all built sets and crazy backgrounds, but it's leaning into that aesthetic. Even that cable car going over the top there looked like it was kind of visibly CGI, but as purposeful, using it to your advantage.
Bella, where were you? You disappeared.
I did not. Nobody can just disappear. I will walk to the noise. And I found it. Amazement to Bella. Explorer blood's in me.
Yeah, it seems like exploring is one of her big things as well, isn't it?
A handbag.
Better.
Polite society, yeah. Again.
Why keep it in my mouth if it is revolting?
I have said that before to Gerald.
Oh, because you mean his penis. I must go punch that baby.
Yeah, of course. He's embarrassed by her. But that's why he chose to be with her, though. Take advantage of her.
You will rejoin the table and you confine yourself to the following 3 phrases. How marvelous, delighted, and how do they make the pastry so crisp?
Being more controlling now as well.
How is your dear father?
He's very unwell. I fear he will not see the year out. How marvelous.
Yeah, she can still work around it though. Yeah, hates it, of course. She has had alcohol before, I think. She's already clumsy enough as it is, isn't she?
Victoria Blessington? I haven't seen you for years.
And you still have not.
Oh, Victoria's the body. Yeah.
And your sad face makes me discover angry feelings for you.
Yeah, the honeymoon period has died out. That really is just how a toddler dances as well. At least at the start it was. Yeah, he really just like trying to control her, trying to get her to fit into this polite society so she can be just a trophy, essentially, right? That's why he wants to control her. I do. Oh, it's funny when films they do violence like that, but make it so unceremonious, and it just looks so stupid. Like Duggan was doing nothing to him at first.
You are troubled?
Did he lie with you?
No, we were against a wall.
Furious.
I had the heat that needed release, so at my request, it was.
I mean, you can't expect her to be loyal when you were the one who took her away from someone as well, in a way. Yeah, and he was the one who told her not to catch feelings.
Do you think my father could have branded me with hot irons on the genitals the way he did if he could not...
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with all of his emotions.
What?
Is he just going to start another project like a replacement for Bella, essentially?
We changed hotels.
Look out the window, Bella.
Where are they off to? Obviously, God and Max don't know. Is there much way of communication?
We're on boat.
Indeed.
You aim to trap Bella at sea.
I aim to give you a new adventure.
Yeah, she is actually trapped on the boat rather than it being an adventure. Yeah, it was just another way of controlling her. Boats are adventurous if you know where you're going and know when you can get off. Yeah, there is a bit of exploration to be had, but not much. I don't know, I was just thinking, how fantastical will they go? They've got the cool boat designs and the cool cities. Will there be any kind of sea creatures in here? I was just kind of imagining a big old whale coming along for some reason.
When do we stop?
Athens. 3 days.
At least she's informed.
That woman's on fire. Look.
And she's not even interested.
Do you love me? I love you.
Describe the elements I should be looking for within myself to be sure.
You just feel it or not.
Yeah, it's an irrational thought.
I've never felt anything like this. Is this true for you?
I suppose empirically it is.
But empirically kind of sanitizes it.
I haven't been bedded in 20 years.
What? That is terrible.
Okay, maybe a bit of a mentor, someone to look up to here.
We shall all dine together.
Right, actually.
We are all on a ship and cannot escape, and there is a world to enjoy.
Or can she not have friends, Mr. Wedderburn?
Yeah, okay, someone to question him. Someone to challenge his controllingness.
As I am engaged to Mr. Max McCandles.
What?
My hand has taken by another.
Yeah, he already knew about that, though.
You ran away with me from him.
A recounting of events, the point of which is elusive.
You chose me.
Yeah, the little whimper on his lips, yeah.
Going to the casino.
Oh, he's quite pathetic, actually, isn't he? Bella's replacement. Where did they get the baby as well?
Not that fast.
Yeah, she seems even younger than Bella, mentally.
Philosophy is a waste of time, Bella.
Really? Say more.
No, Harry, you're wretch.
Might be the first time she's learning about differing opinions, not just take everything at face value. Because she just takes everything as fact, but they'll both give conflicting information.
Let us take the air.
These two are fighting, and ideas are banging around in Bella's head and heart like a storm.
Oh.
The backgrounds, again, really cool.
Always reading now, Bella. You're losing some of your adorable ways.
Yeah, she's actually growing.
Come.
Busy drinking heavily. Busy losing heavily.
Yeah, was she trying to, I don't know, make amends there, something? Not that she has anything to apologize for, really.
I'll throw that perfumed bag of flesh overboard.
I dare you.
Yeah, now she's actually got a hobby more interested in reading than jumping on each other. But she's still excited about throwing Martha overboard?
It's going over the side.
Oh, marvelous. I never imagined being murdered. How dramatic.
Harry's just letting it happen. Yeah, she's just literally excitement a bit.
I'll be in the bar.
Did Bella know it wouldn't work? Was just wanted to see what happened. Living for the drama.
You say all are cruel, and I disagree, disavow.
She sees good in people.
But when with Duncan, the cruel just bubbles up in me.
That shows good judgment.
There are some people that are deservingly that deserve to be cruel to. Alexandria. He's gonna show her the world's cruelness. To people living in poverty.
We must go help them.
How will we do that? We go down there. They'll quite rightfully rope us, rob us, and rape us.
Yeah, it's a loss of innocence. Seeing the world for what it actually is. But also a feeling of powerlessness. She's so about her independence. This is something she maybe can't help with. Something where she has no control. And this is just a tiny sliver of the world. She doesn't know how much cruelty there actually is in it. Oh. No, just money. There was a split second there. I thought he was dead there or something. Something to add onto this grief of hers as well. Or to give her conflicting feelings about grief. It is like big old Monopoly money, isn't it? Ooh.
You're costing off, Mom.
To give them money.
I must give this money to the poor near the hotel in what they call a slum.
I thought she was throwing it overboard.
We could take care of that for you.
You can?
Of course.
Far too trusting. Yeah. Yeah, so naive, of course. How much actually is there? Is it a lot?
You hid it for safety. I was drunk and foolishly left it everywhere. What a relief.
No, it's gone.
Money is its own form of sickness.
She cured him of it. I just think the title is Poor Things. I was thinking, you know, when you kind of sympathetically call someone, oh, you poor thing, I thought it was kind of maybe referring to her. And then when now they've made Felicity, I thought they were referring to them. But she could be coming from her, talking about the poor people.
I gave it all to some nice men to pass on.
You'll be put ashore at the next port and confined to crew's rations until then, sir.
I mean, like, usually you'd probably be able to spin it as if it was like an actual child, or you'd say that the two people that took it stole it, but Bella just fessed up to everything.
I'm sorry.
You're trying to help me understand.
No, I actually wanted to hurt you.
But you did end up hurting.
Dumb, beautiful happiness in someone. It was cruel.
Yeah, that's his cynicism coming through.
If I know the world, I can improve it.
You can't. That is the real point.
Yeah, that she doesn't have the power to.
I realize what you are now, Harry. Just a broken little boy who cannot bear the pain of the world.
I suppose so.
More similar to her then, actually.
We get thrown off in Marseille.
Why do you stay with him?
I always think it will be better.
But it never is.
What? We have no money.
Is it not an interesting experiment? We have nothing.
See where you can go from there.
Is this a hotel?
We have rooms. Are you looking for work?
How much is a room?
Yeah. Lady of a night. I did think that. When you're a woman who's got nothing, where else do you go? It's something that you can do to get easy money. You can be forced into it.
I've never been cocked by another man, and yet have wondered on that.
And now she'll get paid for it, yeah. She sees it as all positive.
Should we warm me up a bit for...
Yeah, it's going to be her first experience that isn't enjoyable. Oh.
You stole it?
You've always said you're the best bedman in the world, and I've never known another, so knew not whether this.
So now she thinks it is true.
Look at you and I see nothing but ugliness.
That last bit was uncalled for and makes no sense, as your odes to my beauty. Our adventure is clearly over. I shall book you a passage back to London.
You had money?
Wait, she had... Oh, sewn in.
I seek employment at your musty-smelling establishment of good-time fornication.
A woman plotting her course to freedom.
Yeah, that's how you spin it. You spin it as you're giving these women their freedom.
Does that smell you?
Yeah, of course. No manners again. I just was thinking, is there a chance she becomes pregnant? She probably knows nothing of protection. So, and then could the whole thing come full circle? And we're back at the situation at the start.
So would you not prefer it if the women chose? As it would be a sign of enthusiasm toward you? You wouldn't have the vague sense that they're in a state of horror.
No, he might be into that.
Goes until the world is no longer flat, electricity lights the night, and shoes are no longer tied with ribbons.
Je suis d'accord. As a socialist, I agree entirely.
Yeah, she's always looking for progress.
But some men enjoy that you do not like it. Sick, but good business.
You can take advantage of that for the money, yeah. She's learning the ways of patriarchy.
Sick and poorly and requiring much doctoring. My choice of giving you choice will jeopardize the business.
Oh, and now she's learning, yeah, the knock-on ramifications. Yeah, but no, she's just manipulating her to stay.
God gave you a gift, my friend.
C'est une malédiction.
Oh wow, it's an addiction, he was saying. Yeah, and she's using it to fund her own education. Surprised she doesn't try and get back to London.
Si votre pénis ne s'engorge pas, vous pouvez faire appel à son assistance manuelle.
Yeah, you can see kind of how they film that, where whenever the kids are actually in frame with them, there's obviously nothing actually happening. But they're just reading up on ethics at the same time. Oh, he's still here, even though he took the money. Not even say anything now. That's Bella. Is that not in the room where it's so similar the way he says it? Does Tommy Wiseau say Bella in the room? I feel like he does. Very similar.
Language is slow, but improving.
Paint, foot.
Are they just constantly going to be comparing her to Bella?
Don't be so cruel to her.
I made a mistake with Bella. I allowed feelings to develop.
Oh, but now he won't. Yeah. It's going to be even more cruel to her.
By the way, I need you to operate on me.
Shall I put a beating heart in your monstrous form?
If you have,
Yeah, giving him that much trust suddenly while they're arguing.
if you have time, while taking this out.
A tumor or something? Oh, he's still awake and just looking him in the eye while he's doing it.
No need. You may close me up. It is spread. I see tiny polyps.
He knows his time is near. They gotta let Bella know. Bella experienced death. I mean, she has experienced death, but she hasn't kind of a first-hand, very close family, someone she's emotionally connected to. Oh yeah, you know, there was a bit earlier where she was laying in bed with Duncan, and Duncan was saying there's only so many rounds a man could go. I was half expecting her to just say, "Oh, a woman would be better then."
Où est ton bébé? Quel bébé? I've got a baby scar. Moi aussi, regarde.
Oh yeah. She's got a scar from giving birth, or from the C-section. Yeah.
Wedderburn.
At least they'll know where she is. Oh. Imprisoned?
Would not wish her on my worst enemy.
I shall save you from her, sir.
It was like he's almost regressed to a point she would have been at, even in his language in a way.
It does not hurt. I had no insides. She hollered me out.
Oh, he really is so pathetic, isn't he? He's losing it as well. Is it like a mental institution he's in here? The walls are padded.
T'as une lettre. Merci.
She picked up French really quick as well, didn't she? Rip soon come. Yeah, at that point they don't understand where she is mentally, so they've laid it out in plain terms.
The whore's back.
Little smirk there as she like embracing the title.
What do you mean I am mother and daughter?
She might want to go on an adventure to discover who her mother actually was. There was that one woman who recognised her, whose body it is that she inhabits.
Sure you would even understand, and Baxter kind of makes one a prisoner to him, and I'm sorry.
I feel like he did say the right things there. Will she forgive him for that? See how much different he reacts to Duncan.
I like this one though. That's enough now, Felicity. Oh.
Yeah, Prim's really changed the tune.
Monsters.
Yeah, because at least with Bella, you could justify it as trying to save the baby, but how exactly did Felicity get made? Yeah, coming full circle? Or just going to the place where Mum was found?
I read your cards and letters home and watched you fearlessly create Bella Baxter with wonder.
I am finding being alive fascinating. So
Yeah, she has forged her own path here.
anger, confusion, and brain dissonance aside, I missed you. I arrived home and I smelled the formaldehyde and I knew what is next.
Yeah, you can see how much she has grown.
My surgery is yours. Always carve with compassion. He was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, her becoming a doctor, that does make sense. I wanted to save people, yeah.
There is no bind. I was mesmerized by you and Baxter took advantage.
So you were mesmerized no more?
But he acknowledges that it was him taking advantage.
Human body can be cured of illness, so can men and women be cured of aspects.
Will you marry me, Max McCandless?
Yeah, it's her asking him this time, her taking that independence.
God, you are walking.
I have taken 5 milligrams of heroin through the toes for pain and for because I'm partial to cocaine.
And cocaine is a partial to it. Wow. He's just a walking pharmacy.
Hello, Victoria.
Oh.
Do you refer to me?
Yeah, the old body, of course. And of course, Duncan is the one doing all of this. That was him at the back.
Look! He coughs. Not air as a normal man, but blood.
He has cancer, you fucking idiot.
Bird in a hotel called you Victoria Blessington, and I pieced this diabolical fuckfest of a puzzle together.
Yeah, 'cause he didn't know anything. He's just put it together himself. Wow.
I have no recollection of you. I am Bella Baxter.
Hurtful. But perhaps you've hit your head.
Yeah, this is her actual dad.
Yes.
Let us go then.
Bella.
Let me go, God. Max, you will not.
I feel like she has a plan here or something. There must be something. I think she maybe just wants to get to know him better.
You know me. Tell me about myself.
Yeah, she just wants to learn about her mother more, doesn't she? That's why she's here. Maybe only just to learn what her mother was actually like.
Eat. All your favorites. Kippers, goose, tongue.
Yeah, she doesn't like kippers, did she?
What drove her to leap off the bridge?
You hated the baby. You called it the monster.
Frankenstein's monster, yeah.
Rex!
Was Victoria just a bit evil then? Was that the type of thing Victoria would have liked?
Right.
These kippers are strangely delicious. Vinegary or something.
Oh, she actually likes them now. Developed a taste for them, or just it's the kind of muscle memory of the taste buds? I don't know.
Some we bend to, some we bend to us.
Yeah, he just still thinks it's Victoria in there.
I suggest we stick close to the house for several months, maybe a year.
No, yeah. Locking her in again. No shot she'd go with that.
I am sure you will be as happy as you were before.
As I was before when I threw myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you want to keep me here if I do not wish to stay?
If one must drown, let it be in the river of love.
But then he blamed her for killing the child, so he didn't know it was purposeful. Yeah, so we've had a few shots like that where she kind of walks out a door and the camera pans around, and usually it's kind of like a really cool landscape, or the skies are really nice and there it's just dull and grey.
It will come at no end. This time we will get it done. I shall get it sedated and bring it to your surgery this evening.
What was that? Like genital mutilation to take away her pleasure so she can no longer whore herself out, in their words.
I would, however, like to leave. I have found our time together interesting, but have ascertained why I jumped from a bridge.
Quite quick.
I'd rather you shot me in the fucking heart.
I will oblige if I have to.
Does he actually have the courage to do it? Yeah, the drink's just to knock her out. It's enough to knock him out, is it? I mean, she's got the gun anyway.
Max!
Oh, he literally shot himself in the foot, did he?
Well, I won't watch him bleed to death. But I agree, you could do with improvement.
Yeah, she still has this hope for humanity. Still wants to save him. Still believes people can be improved.
I have the notes.
Oh, wait.
I am never happier than when I'm in here.
Whose brain is she putting in? Just this goat? Or she could have saved Godwin.
Bella.
I'm surprised she didn't put his brain in him.
It was just a story of someone else. Not Bella Baxter.
That's a way to achieve immortality in a way. Although when the new brain goes in, does it get kind of reset? I don't know how that works. Yeah, she's developing.
We should get some water for the general.
Yeah, he's just a goat. Such triumphant music. We're focusing on a goat man. Okay, so that was Poor Things. Due to like the nature of what this film is about, YouTube isn't gonna like the discussion, so I'm gonna have to self-censor myself here. Forgive me if I'm kind of mincing my words a bit, but hopefully you can catch the gist of what I'm trying to say while I talk about some of the themes and things here that YouTube doesn't like discussions of. So as expected from Yorgos Lanthimos, especially with maybe a bigger budget here, it's strange and it's weird and it's wacky, but also there is a heart to it. There is a reason why the strange and weird and wacky things are happening. You know, there is kind of like a thesis behind it. I did really enjoy seeing here, you know, seeing what he does when given the opportunity to kind of create his own world, because although the previous films, I mean, I've only seen Killing of a Sacred Deer and The Lobster, although those both have a little bit of fantasy elements, like Lobster has a bit more like kind of sci-fi element in a way, but the kind of aesthetics of them are both grounded in reality, aren't they? Whereas this, he can explore more and he is doing much more world building, showing this kind of strange world, got some like steampunky kind of vibes. And I was just thinking kind of thematically with it, is it kind of this big grandiose strange world because we are viewing it through the eyes of Bella, and that's just a way to kind of make the world seem more grandiose, and it kind of furthers her adventurous spirit in a way, her wanting to adventure, us kind of seeing the world through that lens. And yeah, Bella is all about exploring and adventure and liberation. It's from the start, she wants to leave from, you know, this experiment, her constantly being surveyed by Godwin, and eventually she does, you know, she runs away with Duncan, but then she's still entrapped there in a way. And of course, the film is very much a critique on the patriarchy. Throughout the film, it's men trying to control her and her seeking her own liberation. And even when she goes to Sweeney, where she thinks she's getting liberation, she thinks she's getting sexual liberation, she's not really in control there, because of society, because of capitalism, and because of the patriarchy. Yeah, she's not still in control there. And obviously she had her critiques of that, saying, why don't the women choose? And that's just not how the world is. You know, we start off with this control from like a parental figure, the first figure that tries to control you. And then Max comes along and kind of takes advantage of her, and then is jealous of Duncan, which is hypocritical when he thinks Duncan has bad intentions, when even if he has kind of good intentions, wants to marry her and live a wholesome kind of life, it is still, he was taking advantage of her, of course, because of the developmental gap between them, her lack of experience in the real world. And then of course she goes off with Duncan. The whole Duncan sequence, especially when they're kind of at the dinner table together and she's acting up and he's trying to control her, is very much giving like rich middle-aged man who's got a new like 18-year-old bride, and he's trying to control her, trying to bring her into this world, and she just wants to be free. That just feels like something you see in that kind of polite society setting, and the kind of judgment from other people as well a little bit, which was good that other people were judging him for that. But I don't know if they were judging him or they're judging him for him not being able to keep her under control, or are they judging his like manipulation? I'm not sure there. And I did like there on the boat meeting Martha and Harry, Martha being a good role model for her, someone for her to look up to. Obviously we did have Prim before, but she never really filled that role, did she? She was always just kind of there as a maid, as an assistant, never as an equal or someone above to look up to, where Martha filled that role and taught her lots of things, talking about philosophy. That was really good with her. And then we had Harry is, you know, one of the men that didn't take advantage of her, but he still had ill intent with the whole showing her the state of the world. It did have a positive spin. It did have a positive outcome, but that wasn't his intent there. He was just so cynical and trying to indoctrinate her into that cynicism as well, but it ended up not working. It ended up giving her even more optimism, leading her to want to change the world even more. And I mean, that's a really nice theme throughout this. There is an optimism through this, even though we are seeing a world which takes advantage of her. It's a patriarchal world that takes advantage of her, takes advantage of the women in there. It is still a world that she wants to change. There is still goodness and growth that can happen. And, you know, in a way, she's talking to Max at the end and before they have their wedding, and she's asking if he thinks people can change, and he is actually acknowledging how he took advantage of her. And she can see, you know, maybe he is good at heart, even though early on, when she had like just been born, she was taken advantage of by him, by the setup of the marriage, the kind of arranged marriage there, where she barely had any agency at that point in terms of her like developmental growth throughout. So I did really like the kind of optimistic take it shows, even though the world it presents mirrors the real world in lots of ways. It is quite unforgiving. You know, she was so much about liberation, and it looks like at the end it really was education that she found. It was education that gave her the liberation she was after. And there definitely will be people who I mean, it's uncomfortable on purpose. The state of her mind compared to her body and what she is choosing to do with her body, and her not understanding the real ramifications for it. Obviously, there's a bit of a kind of weirdness with the mind that she has compared to her body and like the kind of hormones and things the body produces. There's not a mind that's ready for that, and the men constantly take advantage of it. And that's very obviously not a good film. The film doesn't present it in that way. Even though she thinks she is exploring and being liberated, she isn't. She's being taken advantage of by Duncan, by all of the men at the brothel, of course, and by Max too. I know there'll be people that won't like what she's doing with the state of her mind, her like mental age, but that's the point of the film. It's not portrayed as a good thing at all. Even if you seek kind of sexual liberation under a patriarchal society, you will still be kind of taken advantage of like that. It's kind of a choice feminism versus dismantlative feminism in a way, isn't it? Where Bella thinks she is being freed through her decision making and her freedom to make decisions, but you're kind of pull to make decisions from is so built on the world around you. You know, when she needs to make money, obviously she has no choice really but to go into the line of work that she did with Miss Sweeney. So although she maybe made the choice to go there, how much of a choice really was it? Obviously, even at that point, she was quite smart academically, but I don't know how much she could have used that to her advantage there in Paris, without using the funds that she got from that to educate herself even more. And that's where we find her in that kind of final position that she's in. And then it does feel like the film almost takes a bit of a tangent towards the end. I'm glad that she maybe didn't end up marrying Max. I don't know the situation there, but the wedding got interrupted. But it did feel like quite a interruption. I don't know, it's a bit of an aside, the whole bit where she goes off with her mother, Victoria's old husband, and it is nice to learn the life. And I think what that was showing was how men can get violent when they're not in control, how women can feel entrapped in relationships like that. And her mother's only way out was obviously what happened at the bridge, what we saw. That was what she thought was maybe the only way out from his violence. Of course, if you're in a relationship with a guy like that, you're constantly going to feel entrapped and scared. And she was entrapped in many ways by many different men throughout the film. but that one felt the most violent, even though Duncan's did take maybe a bit of a violent and manipulative turn as well. It's just, you know, I think Yargos probably wanted to show one more type of relationship there could be. I know this is also based off a book as well, so partially through the book as well. I'm not attributing it all to Yargos as well. I know it's an adaptation, so some of the storytelling elements aren't solely from him. And maybe that little aside there with him felt a bit more high stakes because it was a bit more violent and Bella's life was actually on the line there. It did kind of ramp it up a bit for a bit of a climax there, and then like her escape. So I can see why they did it, but I don't know if it was 100% necessary, but it did also, you know, get her out of the wedding with Max. I don't know the situation there. Did she actually get married to him? I don't really know how to feel about Max, because obviously early on with the proposal and the wedding when she was, you know, so young, it is him taking advantage of her, but then he does acknowledge that that was wrong and she does still choose to be with him. I'm not quite sure how to feel about that, how I feel about that, but it is her optimism and her willingness to believe in the capacity to change for people. That was why she decided that, wasn't it? And it was her choice to ask him. And then back to the filmmaking, there was some really cool uses of camera work here. You know, we had like pinhole photography, but then also fisheye lenses at some point. The use of black and white and then color. I'm trying to remember the exact transition it was. Oh yeah, no, I know the exact transition it was to color. It was her first time, wasn't it? But yeah, the kind of contrast of how vibrant the color bits were with the black and white is obviously, it creates a really good juxtaposition and makes the brighter scenes even brighter when we do go into color. And then some of the landscapes were great. I loved the skies in a lot of moments as well. Some really lovely kind of pink painterly skies that were really cool too. And the soundtrack, you know, towards the start it was a very simplistic soundtrack, almost the way she would be playing on the piano is kind of fumbling and bumbling along. And I'm just trying to think if the soundtrack develops at all. I can't recall if it does, but that would be something cool if they did do that. I'm just trying to remember a bit of what the soundtrack was like at the end, towards the end, if it does kind of develop along with her. I might need to just go back and like rewatch a scene towards the end just to see if that actually does happen like that, or does it stay the same throughout. But yeah, the set design and the world was really cool, although when you kind of break it down, strip away the aesthetics of the world, it very much is just the world we currently live in, isn't it? There's not much different there. It's just the aesthetics and the way it's presented. It's much more exaggerated and kind of fantasy-like, but when you actually strip it down to how the world is structured, it's very much the real world, isn't it? And of course, I did mention it during the reaction a bit, it is this kind of spin on the Frankenstein's monster story, on God being Frankenstein and Bella being Frankenstein's monster, and just the kind of learning about the world, isn't it? So I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts on the film down below, and if you really love this, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all the future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.